You are such a lucky person to be able to get married to a great guy like Ben. Handsome, top university graduate, working at a big company, and even has a nice heart. You better be thanking him every single day.
Hi, Hannah. How are you? Of course, I appreciate your brother. He works very hard for me.
Right? So it will be your job to take care of the baby, okay? Don't you dare make Ben do it.
What? Why?
I get a lot of messages from him lately, asking me how to take care of a baby and how to change diapers. I never met a guy who really wants to help this much. I am so proud of him. But you know what? As an older sister, I don't want him to do too much because he has you, who just lay around the house and do nothing all day.
What? Do nothing all day?
It's true, right? You're just a housewife that relies on Ben's paycheck. He earns money working, so it's your job to do household chores, okay? Understood?
Don't worry, I won't make him do everything inside the house. But I want to raise the baby with Ben, because it's our treasure.
Are you serious? Don't you understand that you won't be able to live like this if it wasn't Ben?
Excuse me?
To be honest, you are not the same level as him. Know your place and shut up. And just focus on doing household chores. And you better raise the child by yourself.
Why? It's my dream to raise the baby with him.
You better do what I say.
1 month later.
Natalie, you ignored what I said, didn't you? You're making Ben take care of the baby and decide to go on a vacation? Are you kidding me? He's not a babysitter.
What?
I can't believe that you were this selfish. You also made him take a paternity leave? Are you serious?
Wait, what do you mean I'm on a vacation? Paternity leave?
Oh, you better not lie to me. Ben is at home looking very tired because he's taking care of the baby all day. I saw it with my own eyes.
You met him?
Yes. I had to do something nearby his house, so I stopped by. He came at the door looking like shit and told me that you were on vacation. I'm so pissed at you.
What do you mean he's taking care of the baby?
Are you this stupid? Okay. First of all, why didn't you tell me when the baby was born? Also, I'm surprised at the fact that you are already making Ben take care of everything. Well, I never met someone so irresponsible before in my life.
I'm sorry, but please understand that I'm not on a vacation.
Are you going to lie to me again? Okay, you know what? I want you to divorce Ben.
No! Why? I'm not lying to you, Hannah. The baby is not born yet.
What?
Can you just hear my side of the story? I'm at my parents' house now, preparing to give birth. The baby is due next month.
At the parents' house? Due next month? What do you mean?
I want to ask you the same question. Why is this considered a vacation? Wait, whose baby was Ben taking care of then?
Hold on. I'm so confused right now.
Me too. I will ask him. The next day. Hi, Ben. Whose baby are you taking care of now? Ours is not born yet.
What are you talking about?
Well, Hannah told me that you were taking care of a baby when she visited you.
Oh, about that, well, there's a situation.
What situation? You said it's our baby and even said that I'm on a vacation, right? Is there a reason to lie to her?
Sorry, Natalie, I needed to take care of my boss's baby. It was an emergency.
The boss's?
Yeah, I didn't tell you because I didn't want to bother you, so that's why I took care of the baby by myself. And that's when Hannah came to visit me, but I was tired to explain, so that's why I said something like that. I apologize for that.
First of all, why are we the one taking care of the boss's baby?
Oh, about that, My boss needed to go on an urgent business trip and his wife is not feeling well after giving birth, so she is at the hospital now, so that's why.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Because wouldn't the baby be taken care of at the hospital also? Or maybe the parents?
Oh, there were no beds left, and seems like the parents live very far. Also, I thought it would be a good experience for me since ours is going to be born next month, right?
Huh. I see. But something smells fishy.
What do you mean?
Hannah told me that you took a paternity leave. Why? If everything you told me is true, I don't think you needed to do that. Taking a few vacation days off makes sense, but paternity leave? Wait, how were you able to take a paternity leave for this reason?
My boss told me that he felt bad for taking away my vacation days, so he secretly made it paternity leave.
Secretly, huh?
I know that you're suspicious, but please trust me. There's no way that I'll betray you. I've never lied in my life.
Hi Ben, it's Hannah. You looked like shit yesterday, but seems like you recovered to be able to lie to us. Is it because I helped you take care of the baby and gave you a few hours to sleep?
Hold up, is this really Hannah?
Yes it is. The sister who loved you since you were born. You got some damn nerve to lie to me. I'm really hurt right now.
Wait, why are you with Natalie now? She should be at her parents' house.
I'm there now. I thought that it would be easier to meet up and talk about the bullshit you told me. Boss's kid? You told me that it was Natalie and yours, and how it was born a month early, right?
About that.
You also told me that she went on a vacation after giving birth, right?
Oh.
I believed you because I love you so much, so that's why I confronted Natalie about this. But she just told me that she's at her parents' house getting ready for birth next month. Are you serious? You don't know how I felt, do you?
Can I please explain this?
I don't trust you anymore.
Please.
I also found evidence that you were cheating, by the way. Remember that I let you sleep? You're a deep sleeper, so it was easy for me to unlock the phone because I knew your password.
What?
So the mother of the baby is the boss's wife, huh? I knew this because you're so bad at lying. The cheating began from 3 years ago and you made her pregnant. And she made you take care of the baby, right?
Oh shit.
I read everything, Ben. I also took screenshots of the conversation and took pictures of all the evidence I found that you are cheating from your room. The reason why I'm visiting Natalie is because I wanted to show her all of this.
Why are you doing this to me? If you do that, then don't you know that something bad is going to happen to me?
Yup. And?
Are you going to betray your brother who you love? If you love me, then I think you would hide everything from her.
What are you talking about? I love a sincere brother, not an asshole. I think any women will be on Natalie's side. I hate people that cheat the most. You better be ready for what is coming to you.
The next day. Thank you so much for all the evidence you showed me yesterday. I just saw a lawyer with my parents and got told that divorce will be easy. I also got told that I can get a good amount of alimony from him.
Oh, that's good to hear. Being a single mom is not so easy. So, make sure you take everything that you can from Ben, okay?
Of course. Thank you very much. To be honest, I really thought you hated me, so I'm really surprised that you did this for me. I'm so sorry for misunderstanding.
You don't need to apologize. Well, you're right about me hating you though.
What?
I think you already know, but I love my brother a lot, so I usually hate on his girlfriend, and especially his wife, which is you. But I hate people that cheat the most, so that's why I don't care about him anymore. I apologize for being such a bitch to you, Natalie.
Oh, please don't worry about that.
Since I showed you all the evidence, I would appreciate it if you can forgive me with that. Anyways, good luck with giving birth.
Thank you. I will receive alimony and child support from him and will do my best to raise the child by myself. The next day...
Congratulations, Natalie! I heard from Hannah that you gave birth. I can't believe that our baby is finally here.
It's mine and not yours. Now that I gave birth, let's start talking about our divorce. I will raise the baby by myself. You only need to pay me alimony and child support.
Wait, what? Divorce?
Yes.
Why? I just talked to the boss's wife and we made an agreement that we will cut ties, but I'll pay child support. Don't worry, I won't let it affect our life. I will even work harder and make you both happy. So please, don't divorce me.
Sorry, but it's too late now. I can't live with you anymore. If you think we are important, then please, divorce me. All you need to do is support us by paying child support.
No, please.
I will live together with my baby here and will never go back to your place.
Why are you saying something sad? I seriously changed. I will apologize from the bottom of my heart. I also apologized to my sister and also sent an apology letter to my parents and your parents too.
Looks like you did. All my parents threw it away without reading it though.
Don't you think that I did something good? I apologized to everyone, so can you give me one more chance?
I don't think that you apologized to everyone yet.
What? Who else is left?
Your company. I called them, and is it true that you took a paternity leave? But the reason was because our baby was born. You lied to them, right?
I know that, and I'll definitely apologize, but I need to explain everything, which will be long, plus, what if I get fired because of this? If I get fired, I won't be able to pay child support.
Are you threatening me? What do you mean you wouldn't be able to pay child support? It's something that you need to pay.
What?
It's the law. Please remember that you cannot escape from this.
No, please.
If you have any problems, then please talk through my lawyer. If you really changed, then you should be able to pay child support and divorce me. After the incident, I was able to divorce Ben, and I received a good amount of alimony from both of them and child support. My parents are very supportive of me, so I will have no problem raising the baby. Hannah still contacts me to ask if I need or ask anything about raising a baby, and she is now like my big sister. Ben, on the other hand, told the boss everything and apologized but got fired. Boss's wife heard that he got divorced, so she wanted him to raise the baby together since they both have nobody anymore. They started to live together, but he is having a difficult time finding a new job, so he is relying on her money. He is responsible for household chores and raising the baby, so I want to know how he looks like now. Probably shit.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Thanks so much for today. I'm so glad you said yes to marrying me. I'll be sure to keep you happy, Jasmine.
I should be thanking you for the wonderful night. I'll be sure to keep you happy as well, Trent.
So, do you think we could go visit your parents soon? I would love to finally meet them and announce our engagement.
Of course. I would love to announce the news to your parents as well. I'll be sure to ask my parents what day they'll be available to meet. Don't worry, both of them are very kind-hearted people. If anything, they would be delighted by the news and welcome you with open arms.
I'm glad to hear that, but I'm still a bit nervous thinking about it.
I could say the same about announcing the news to your parents as well. This will be the first time I'll be meeting your little sister as well. We always visit your parents' place, but she never greets us.
She's just a bit shy. She's also a bit protective over her big brother, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
I had a feeling that she was. I can imagine she'd have some thoughts about her brother getting married, especially to someone 10 years older than you. I'm getting more nervous by the minute thinking about it.
Your age is no issue to me. You're so beautiful and the perfect life partner for me. I'll be sure to explain to her how much of a wonderful person you are. She'll accept you for sure.
I'm relying on you in that case. All right. Well, I'll let you know once we have our schedule all figured out.
All right, I'll ask my parents along with my sister about their schedule and let you know.
Never come to this house again, you hag! There's no way I'd approve of you getting married to my brother. Don't think too highly of yourself just because someone like my brother pays attention to you.
I don't think that highly of myself. You are being a bit harsh here. I was just saying hello and you splashed tea all over me.
You're the one at fault here. A hag like you shouldn't be with a man 10 years younger. Have you no shame? Don't corrupt my brother.
Riley?
I heard that my brother was going to be bringing a very important person with him today, so I dressed up for the occasion. I'm sure you could imagine how I felt seeing a hag. I'm still so mad even after the whole tea thing. I should have poured boiling water or oil on you as well.
You are way too protective of your brother.
Huh? Is that what you think? Sorry to disappoint you, but that's not why I won't accept you marrying my brother. He's grown. I can accept him getting married. As long as he's happy, I have no worries, which is why I had no intentions of disapproving the engagement.
Really?
But that's a different story when it's a hag! There is no way that my brother would be happy being married to a woman 10 years older than him, which is why you cannot have my brother. Get married to some geezer your age.
I guess an age difference like that would be a concern to your family. But I want to marry Trent. Not because he's young. I want to marry him because it's him.
Shut up, you hag. You probably have some kind of blackmail or something, which is why he's marrying you. There is no other explanation as to why he would marry a hag like you.
Blackmail?
You're his stalker. He used to talk about how he'd get weird letters in the mail. He said that he would feel like someone was staring at him all the time while he was at work. You were that stalker he had, weren't you? You took advantage of my brother's kindness.
Hang on, Trent was being stalked? This is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Stop pretending like you weren't a stalker. You probably found something embarrassing for my brother from all your stalking and blackmailing him. There's no other reason why he would marry you.
Riley, I need you to listen to me. I am not your brother's stalker. I did not force him to marry me either. If anything, Trent was the one who proposed to me.
You're completely out of your mind. There is no way that my brother would propose to a hag like you. You need to look in the mirror, you wicked witch.
Wicked witch?
An expired hag like you isn't right for my brother. I'm not handing my brother to a blemish-covered hag like you. At your age, you shouldn't be with a man 10 years younger than me. You're a creepy cougar.
So you want it called off?
Of course I do. I don't expect anything other than calling it off.
I understand. No matter what I say, you won't listen. And anytime I do say something, you respond by calling me a hag. I can't get married in a situation like this. If that's the case, then I will be calling off the engagement.
So you can listen to others. Well, then don't ever go near my brother again. I will be in charge of protecting my brother's happiness.
Hang on, Jasmine. I heard your voicemail. I don't want to call off the engagement. I sincerely apologize to my sister today, but please don't give up on us.
I don't want to do this either. But after that, I got so many cruel messages from her telling me to call off the engagement. I was expecting a protective sister, but this exceeded my expectations.
I'm sorry about that. I honestly didn't know that it was that bad either.
I did try to explain to her as well, but she wouldn't listen to anything I say. If anything, she just claimed me to be her stalker. I get hot tea splashed onto me, and then I get called a stalker afterward. I don't want to be family with someone like that.
You're joking, right? Riley, said a rude thing like that to you?
I didn't even know that you were being stalked. I'm sad that you didn't talk to me about it.
Well, I didn't want to worry you about it as well. I did want to tell you, but I didn't want to put you in harm's way, so I decided that I couldn't tell you.
Are they really that dangerous?
Their presence is menacing. I even get letters claiming that they'll protect me. I feel them watching me as I walk to work or even while I'm working. Lately, they've been trying to hack my social media accounts as well.
Really?
I thankfully haven't been hacked yet, thanks to the two-step authorization thing. But I do get many emails saying that an unknown device has attempted to log into my account.
That's terrifying.
See? So even if I wanted to tell you, I couldn't. Well, I did mention it to my sister, but I didn't expect her to frame you as the stalker. I'm so sorry about that.
You don't have to apologize to me.
I'll take responsibility and clear out any wrong ideas she has about you, so please reconsider this whole thing. I only want to marry you, Jasmine.
Thank you for that. I guess getting called a stalker and a hag over and over again just went to my head. I'm sorry for telling you that I'd call off the wedding over some words.
No, you don't need to apologize as well. As long as you change your mind, everything is okay. After I talk to my sister, let me propose to you again. Could you wait for me until then?
Of course. I'm sure it'll be difficult convincing your sister. Good luck.
Thanks for breaking up with Trent. With this, I've managed to protect my brother's happiness. A hag getting married to a younger guy is only just a dream. Take that, you stalker.
How many times have I told you that I'm not a stalker? Could you knock it off already?
You're being quite bold right now, hag. A rotten personality like that is just the reason why you aren't married yet.
What?
Or you. If it weren't for my interference, you would have been married to my brother. A dreamy young man like my brother, as your husband was right there. How unfortunate. Did I perhaps interrupt your crying session? You aren't all that pretty, so I bet you look even worse now.
I'm serious, Riley. Knock it off. What's wrong with me being 10 years older than him? You don't have any right to be coming after me like this.
Shut up, hag. If you have all this energy to talk back with me, then why don't you use it looking for a better suited partner? Oh, wait. Nobody would want a creepy stalker hag like you. You'll be forever alone.
Your brother would be in the same situation then. Having a sister like you would probably prevent him from getting married as well. Poor Trent. He's such a wonderful person, and yet he'll be forever alone.
Huh? Don't you dare put my brother on the same level as a hag like you. The whole reason I forced this engagement to be called off is all for him. Don't be a stupid hag.
For your brother, huh? I don't think he asked you to do this, though. Yet you still claim that it's for him.
That's right. I want him to be happy. Which means that I will find him a girl that is perfect for him. I know him the best, so I know what type of person would be perfect for him. A hag who failed to meet expectations can go away.
Okay, if it's for my happiness, then you can go away.
What?
You said you want me to be happy, right? So do me a favor and go away. That's the fastest and best way for me to be happy.
Wait, what? Is this Trent?
Yeah, the brother you claim to love so much. The brother who is so completely fed up with you.
What?
Getting married to Jasmine would make me happy. If I got married to her, then I would have a happy future. So a sister who is trying to take that away from me can go away. For the sake of my happiness. You could do that for me, right? Since you so badly want me to be happy.
Wait. Trent, what's going on? You're being scary right now. Telling me something so cruel as to go away is not right. I'm doing my best for you.
You told Jasmine to go away and break up with me. What's wrong with me saying the same things? Are you that hypocritical to be hurt by someone saying these things to you, but are completely okay with saying it to others?
Why are you being so cold? I did this all for you. That lady is your stalker. I just know she is. She's denying it, but she is. Why are you protecting someone who caused you so much trouble?
You're the one who's doing that, Riley. Besides, I know that the stalker is you. You have some nerve pushing the blame onto someone else.
What?
I decided not to look too deeply into who the stalker could be at first. But in order to prove that Jasmine is not the stalker, I had to go find out who it is. I set up a camera in front of the mailbox, and I asked my coworkers to keep an eye out for my surroundings. It only took a few days to find out who it was. To think that this entire time it was you who was my stalker.
Wait, hang on. You're wrong. I haven't been stalking you. I was trying to protect you from stalkers.
Huh? You were the one who put those letters in the mailbox. The ones claiming that you'll protect me and keep me happy. It's all on camera.
That was all for your sake. I was worried about your mental state about the whole stalker thing. But I didn't want to be insensitive and ask you if you were okay in person. I figured you'd reply more honestly if it was a letter.
Huh?
You're treating me like a stalker after all that is so mean.
Hang on, so those times you were hanging around my workplace?
That was also for your sake. You told me a while back that sometimes you'd get catcalled, so I got worried and decided to check on you at work.
A while back? That's like 5 years ago. Don't tell me you've been tailing me since then. Okay, so then what does hacking into my social media accounts do for my protection then?
That's just a different intention. I figured that if I logged into your account, I could post cute selfies of myself. I just wanted to show that you have a cute little sister who you get along with. Plus, other women would be more wary.
You're kidding. So, all this time that I was convinced I had some creep stalking me, it was you the entire time. I didn't want to show it, but I was terrified. All this time, it was just my weird little sister.
Weird is so mean. Anyways, I should be the one asking you if you're kidding. I didn't know that my brother thought that I was a stalker. I didn't know that I was the one causing you so much stress.
Anyways, I'm not so weak that I would need you to protect me. And I'll be deciding what makes me happy on my own. I'm begging you, just leave me alone. I'm marrying Jasmine, and if you're still going to protest against it, then I'll be considering cutting ties with you.
What?
That's all I have the will to say to you for today. I need to organize my thoughts for a bit.
Wait, you really wouldn't cut ties with me, right? You understand that I did everything for you, right?
I'm begging you, please just shut up.
What?
Once I've calmed down, I'll contact you, so until then, don't bother me or her. If you do, I will not hesitate to cut ties with you.
What should I do? Trent just told me that he wants to sever ties with me. He even told our parents everything, and now they're going to send me to some relative's house. I just wanted to protect the brother who I love very much. I just wanted to help find the perfect partner for him.
Yes, I saw that you were doing all that with that exact thought in mind. The thing is, you did it when he didn't ask you to. You messed around and are now facing the consequences.
Please, Jasmine, I'll approve of you to convince Trent to not do this to me.
Convince him?
Make him rethink the whole cutting ties with me thing. He would listen to what you would have to say. He won't listen to anything I say. I'll be nice to you. I won't call you a hag anymore. So please. I don't want to lose my brother.
Sorry, but I don't want to be around you.
What?
Sent to live with some relatives was the best news I've heard. I need to send him a thank you after this.
Huh? You're not going to help me? You're supposed to be helping me.
I am? Sorry, a lady 10 years older like me just can't understand what's going on.
Why?
Besides, you haven't apologized to me. You attacked me with tea and framed me as a stalker. Why would I help someone who didn't apologize for their actions? Well, even if you do apologize, I don't think I'd forgive you anyways.
I regret every cruel thing I've done to you. I'm sorry for everything.
Like I said, I won't forgive you. You're too late. An old lady like me is rather strict on these things. Anyways, once everything calms down, I will be rethinking the whole backing out on the wedding situation. Don't get mad if we end up getting married, okay?
I won't get mad. I'll be happy for you guys. So please talk to Trent about this.
I will not.
What?
If we do end up getting married, I won't be inviting you to the wedding, and I'll be sure that I never see you again. Goodbye, Riley. I wish you the best.
Why aren't you forgiving me after I apologize so much?
After some discussion with both families, Riley ended up living with some relatives. They own a farm deep in the countryside, and they are really in need of people. She's now being forced to call sheep brother. As for us, we got married. Even though there is a 10-year difference between us, we won't have anyone else get in the way of our relationship.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow.
Hello, Em. This is Karina. Are you really over at my parents' house right now, living with them? From what I've heard, it sounds like you're living there with both my mom and dad and my little brother. Long time no see, Karina. A lot actually happened that led to us having to live with them. I told you so many times now not to go living with them, yet you still did it anyway? I told you to say no to my parents no matter how many times they both asked. My dad was going off about how it has to be the oldest son that lives with them and that you were being too audacious, right? Yet even still, you made sure to say no to him, right? That time was very tough for both your brother and I, considering how intensely they kept talking to us. They had me in that room for close to 2 hours and went on and on about how I needed to act as a wife. Just like that, both my parents went into in-law mode on you. Did that eventually get to you and cause you to finally give in to their requests? How lucky. I am finally able to relax now and get the divorce I'd always been wanting. What? Divorce? Karina, are you going to get a divorce now? When we last saw you at our wedding, you and your husband seemed so close to one another. And there's been a lot going on with myself as well recently. In my house, there are 3 children running around, right? And I have been a housewife this whole time, so even though I wanted to get a divorce, I could never do anything. I wanted someone to be there for me to take my kids if I were to get divorced from my husband. What? Are you hinting at me right now? No matter how you try and think about it, you're the only person I can rely on for something like that, right? There was no way I could leave my 3 kids in the hands of my aging parents after moving back in with them. And also, I didn't want to come home to them always preaching to me about how I need to do a better job raising my kids. But if there's now a younger woman in the house, I can just have her take care of the kids without a problem at all. In other words, I'll be like a slave? Living back at home with my parents means that I won't have to pay for rent or anything else. And if I get to have a slave of my own to boss around, then I can make living as a single mother happen. Now, I'm going to get divorced from my husband as soon as possible. Hold it right there, Karina. Bringing something like that up right now is not all right. I have never cared for any children before, and calling me your slave? I have to start working on this divorce, so don't keep me waiting. This is the reason why having the oldest son and his wife back in my parents' house is the best time for me. Hold on. When it comes to the wife, your one and only job is to serve him and the rest of his family, right? And that includes your husband's older sister. Now, I have a divorce to make, and right after that, I'll be coming back home to all of you. Get everything ready for my return, please and thank you. What are we going to do, Seth? I'm about to be screwed over by your older sister when she gets back here.
What? What are you going on about right now, Em? Did my parents go to you again saying a bunch of bullcrap?
This time it wasn't your parents, but Karina who came to me speaking loads of nonsense. She told me that with me living in your parents' house now, she can relax and get a divorce.
Huh? Get a divorce?
Karina told me that she wants to divorce her husband. She's been wanting to do it for a while, actually, but she has her 3 kids, which have been holding her back from making the choice. But now that I'm home with your parents and you, she thinks she doesn't have to worry anymore and can come back here to us. And she told me that I'll have to be the one to take care of her 3 kids once they're all moved in. She told me I'm going to be like her slave from now on.
Hey, hold on for a second. This is all coming at me too fast. I don't fully get what's going on here. To start, does my sister really want to get divorced now? What kind of merit is there in divorcing such a loving and kind husband as the one she has?
I'm not sure what's all been going on at their house, but she told me she's been thinking about divorcing him for a while now, and that's what she's finally going to do now.
Yes. And her reason for making that choice is because you're not living here with my parents in their house? What the hell does she think she's thinking, wanting to come back here and use my wife like that?
For some reason, she may think that I've been reformed now or something.
Huh?
Well, before we never once talked about moving in with your parents before our wedding, right? Yet recently we moved in with your parents, even though we turned them down so many times before. She thinks that I might finally understand what it means to be your wife or something, and that's led her to believe that she can do whatever she wants with me.
Huh? You have to be kidding me. We're not with my parents right now because we want to be here.
Your parents were just being so rude about it all the time that we just gave in and moved into their house, right? Actually, I kind of respect the both of them for being so dang persistent. I thought to myself sometimes that if they could be turned down that many times yet still ask us over and over again, they deserve to hear a yes for once.
Sure. What are you talking about, Em? We didn't give in to any of this. We just did this to get those 2 to shut the hell up. I am thankful that they both paid for part of our wedding and everything. But that was just a trap, it seems. And they told me if we leave this house now, we have to pay all that back to them.
And they said we had to pay it all back to them in one lump sum if we wanted to leave. I really thought that when your parents shut up for a bit there, they gave up on the prospect of forcing us to move in with them. But they started coming at us even harder before we chose to come here.
We had no other choice, or else I'll be deaf in both my ears right now. And if my older sister's moving in with us, with her 3 kids in tow, I'm out. Like seriously, I'm out of this house and the family. I can't deal with all that. Having to stay at home for work already?
How old were they again? 4, 2, 3 months or something like that? No way the inside of the house would ever be quiet again for you. And for me to have to become their babysitter without any experience taking care of kids at all?
Hey, Em? You want to just get the hell out of my parents' house?
What? But we don't have the money to pay your parents back in one lump payment, right? Your parents paid around $30,000 for our wedding, and since we just had to get that new car, we don't have anywhere close to that right now. We have at least another $10,000 we need to save up, right? And considering we have to pay them back in one go...
And here's the thing. I have that extra $10,000 we've been needing to pay them back with. I hit a small jackpot through the lottery and got $10,000.
What?
This will destroy all the savings we have. But I'd rather start from square one again than have to live with both of my parents as well as my older sister and her 3 kids. Don't you feel the same way about that?
What are we going to do, Seth? I had a $10,000 jackpot on the lottery numbers I bought as well. To think we'd be fortunate enough to hit a $10,000 jackpot at the same time? You and I must be a really lucky couple. Now we have more than enough to get the hell out of your parents' house, enough to even pay for a moving truck and all.
Once we have a date and a place picked out, let's go. We have to do this in a way that neither of my parents will be able to notice. And we need to get out of here before my sister moves in.
Please do your very best for me starting today, Em. I was able to get that divorce taken care of in a day, and now I'm home. What? You already took care of the divorce and are home now? I really wanted to come back to my parents' place as soon as possible, so I got myself a lawyer who could handle everything for me within a couple of hours. I'll be getting tons of money from my ex and child support as well. And now that I have myself a babysitter right inside my own home that I can abuse, I am set. Starting today, I'm going to just lay around and relax all I want without any complaints from anyone. Karina, you don't plan on getting a job or anything? I kind of thought you'd be leaving your 3 kids with me so that you could go out and work a bit. I'm a housewife, so I shouldn't have to do anything called working a job. And in this country, being a single mother means that I'm able to get my hands on all kinds of money. I also have the child support for 3 kids coming in, as well as not having to pay any rent to live here. So there's no reason at all for me to be getting a job right now. What? What about the cost of sending your kids to school soon? Well, if that's going to be a problem, there's always the inheritance from my parents, right? Everyone in my family is known for living very short lives. So by the time my first kid is ready for school, my mom and dad should both be out the door. That is a really poor outlook you have on things. I love being back home. I've also been able to free myself from my ex's really annoying talk about how I need to do better when raising the kids and doing the chores. So with that, in order to let me enjoy this heaven, you need to do everything I say. Please and thank you. I need you here to take care of all 3 of my kids right now, as well as get me some ice cream. Right now, I'm feeling like eating at least 5 things of Haagen-Dazs right now. So you really are using me like a slave. Is that really the way you want to think about me? Well, considering you are my brother's wife and new to the family, you are our slave, right? Today starts your time as such, so be ready to do everything we all say.
Her and I have already moved out of there.
What?
Didn't think you'd only take a week to get a divorce and move back into mom and dad's. Thank God we made the right choice of getting out of that house this morning. The fact that we both hit those jackpots and now this? We are some lucky people.
Her and I? Is this you, Seth?
Right. I wasn't going to let you treat my wife like that anymore, now that I had a great glimpse of that the way you like to harass her. I took the phone from her, and will be texting with you now instead. She also has a lot of work to do yet, as we are still unboxing everything here.
What do you mean by having moved out? You both are still living at her mom and dad's house, right? And that means Em has finally learned her place as the wife of the oldest son, right? So what the hell are you talking about when you say you moved out?
You really thought that either of us ever wanted to move in with mom and dad? No way did Em or I want that to happen. But the both of us continue to be harassed by those awful parents of ours, And we ended up moving in as a last resort to get them to shut the hell up.
What? What do you mean they were harassing the both of you?
At first, Em and I were lied to. They said that if we moved in with them, they would pay for part of the wedding costs we still had left over. But when everything was paid off and we thought we could finally relax, both Mom and Dad changed instantly. They told the both of us that they were just lending us the money for part of the wedding, and that we had to pay them back in one lump payment or else we could never leave. But of course that wasn't going to happen, so we had to stay with the both of them up until this morning.
That's what happened there? So neither you or Em learned your lessons about being the oldest son and the wife of the oldest son?
What the hell are you talking about? I hate families that think they can always tell their oldest son to do whatever they want, all because they were the oldest. I was always told that because I was the oldest, rather their only son, I had to go to college close to home, and that when I got married, I would have to move my wife into the house of Mom and Dad. And that I have to be the one to take care of those two when they got too old to do anything themselves. I'm sick and tired of those two's BS.
Sick and tired of it, but you are their oldest son.
The only reason you agree with that is because you are too much of a lazy bitch to do anything yourself. You're always making me do everything for you, all because Mom and Dad would always say that I had to as their son. You made me work like your slave when we were younger. You always said that it was the brother's job to take care of their older sister. None of that even matters, considering you're the older sibling and should have been taking care of me. Yet instead you just sat around using Mom and Dad's influence to make up rules all the damn time.
I may have been doing that.
I'm done with all that. I just paid both Mom and Dad back all the money they lent to us, which means we no longer have to live with them anymore.
Then from now on, what are we going to do? The plan was to... I thought that Em would still be around, so I chose to come back home. Who's going to take care of the kids for me?
How about their freaking mother does that for them? Not what? That's your responsibility as a mother, isn't it? You're not going to slack off and make someone else do your job.
But I had a plan for all of this. I would be getting all that child support from my ex and could relax and enjoy life at Mom and Dad's house. And by having Em take care of my kids, I could get off easy doing nothing at all.
Then give your kids back to your ex. He already came to me about what happened in the divorce and about how you forced all the kids to go with you. I was just on the phone with your ex a second ago. He said that right after coming home from his business trip, both you and the kids were nowhere to be found. All there was a divorce form saying that the matter had been dealt with already. Yet he had no clue what that was about.
You're kidding me. He's already back from that trip? He told me he planned to be gone for more than a week on that trip.
He was worried about how the kids were faring and came home to check on them. He told me that you rarely ever took good care of them and would just sit around the house all day taking naps.
What?
I heard about everything from your ex, Karina. You were so selfish that you forced your husband to do everything and it was wearing him out. And it sounds like your reason for the divorce was very self-centered as well, wasn't it? You both got married under the pretext that you'd both be working. Yet after the wedding, you went and quit your job and became a housewife. And what did you say after your husband found out about that? You said you'd be going back out and working after you had your kids. Well, you had 3 of them and still have not gone back to work. Actually, you made sure to keep getting pregnant so that you could use it as an excuse not to work. And now you're getting a divorce over him asking you to do more than just sit around? Your reasoning for it is that you can get child support from him every month and use that to relax all day long?
You're joking, right? That jackass told you all of that, too?
Tell me, what do you actually think of your husband and kids? I think having him come take those 3 away from you right now would be the best thing for them. You need to be the one paying that child support instead of him.
Hold on a second. Something like child support isn't what the mother should be paying.
Are you brain dead?
Something like child support is only paid by the father to the mother, right? Even if I don't take the kids, he should still be paying me for those things, right?
Jesus Christ, you really are brain dead, aren't you? I'm a bit shocked to learn that my older sister is actually disabled that way. I'll go tell your ex this, so he can bring it to the court's attention right away. You're too unwell to be taking care of any kids at all.
What?
I'll let him know you're back at Mom and Dad's house now. That way he can make his way over to get the 3 kids from you. Now, I have to go back to helping Em with the boxes. Please take care of Mom and Dad for me.
Please, Em, help me, please. Not only are we in-laws, but we're sisters as well, right? And you should be coming to help your older sister when she's in trouble. What's happened to you, Karina? Is there something troubling you over there at your mom and dad's place? Everything is troubling me right now. My ex-husband is taking all 3 of my kids away from me. And to make matters worse, he's asking for me to pay child support now. That's kind of how that sort of stuff works. If he's going to be taking care of all 3 by himself, then you're legally required to pay child support to him. Even if you guys are divorced now, you still have a responsibility to your kids, and paying child support is that responsibility. I am not screwing around right now. With all 3 of them in mind, I'm having to pay my ex $1,500 a month. You're only paying him $500 per kid? That's actually a really low price he asked for, so you should be able to pay that off, no problem. That's not all, though. He told me when it comes to things like their birthday and Christmas presents, I'd have to be responsible for those too. Well, that's what most divorced parents agree on. As their mother, you should be more than happy to get your children presents on their birthdays and on Christmas, right? Even if I wanted to, that kind of money is impossible for me. I have been a housewife this whole time, having to go from not paying a dime to paying $1,500 a month, and also having to buy their presents 4 times a year. That is way too much for me to have to deal with. Well, you were the one that decided to have 3 kids, right? Sitting there complaining about it all now isn't going to magically make money appear out of thin air either. You need to go out and find yourself a job right now. At least you no longer have to care for your kids, so you have the time to go searching for work. But I don't have the time to search for a job. Both of my parents were just admitted into the hospital. Having to go back and forth is already taking up most of my day now. Both of them are in the hospital right now? What the hell happened to the both of them? Did they both come down with some kind of a serious illness? Well, they're not sick with anything. Rather, they both got hurt at the same time. When I got the news about the amount I'd have to pay every month in child support to my ex, I freaked out and started to drink my worries away. And when I was close to blacking out, I went on a rampage inside the house. And, because of that, I was so upset that in my rampage, I charged my parents who were on the stairs and pushed them down. Huh? My mom ended up breaking both her wrists and can no longer use her hands. My dad ended up worse, though, landing under my mom and breaking his hip and smacking his head so hard that he has a TBI now. So you really went and did it this time, sending both of your parents to the hospital like that? Don't you dare say it like that. I don't remember any of it because I was so drunk then. Now, as you can see, I have a lot of problems at the moment. So do you mind helping me out a little? I would like you to start helping me pay for all 3 of my kids' child support. No way. What? You really expected me to say sure? Sorry that you dug your hole that deep, but I'm not going down there to help you get out. Did I sound like I was joking? After how kindly your older sister just asked you for help, why the hell aren't you saying yes? If you want to talk about why all of this started happening in the first place, you're to blame. This happened because you moved out of my parents' house without ever saying a word to me. How about you stop trying to push all that blame onto us, please? Fine. I won't ask you to pay child support, but at least give me some money to keep myself alive. When my parents have been in the hospital, I had to look at all their savings. There's a lot less in there than I thought. If you don't start supporting me, my future isn't going to be good for me. Then, like I was saying, it's time for you to go and get a job. Any job, right now. You're a dick, Em. Even though we're family, even though you're my brother's wife, you're going to abandon your older sister? Both my mom and dad want you to come and see them in the hospital. They said that because Seth is their son, he needs to come and take care of them.
Sorry, but both Em and I are banning all 3 of you. And I mean that quite literally. How about you try shutting that pie hole of yours for a change and face reality? We aren't your parents, and do not care about taking care of you.
Hold on, Seth? What the hell do you mean you're abandoning all of us?
I'm saying we're cutting ties to you guys. The fact that you're now blaming my wife for everything is enough. I really hate that my sisters and my older sister think they can just use us like we're slaves, and never say a single thanks for it.
Cutting ties to us? No way. What the hell do you think you're doing as the oldest son of this family? Do you have any idea what'll happen to us if you all cut ties?
I don't care, to be completely honest with you. It's not like you guys ever care about any of my problems. So that kind of family love is going to go both ways here. You really care so much about mom and dad in the house? How about you start to care for all of it? I'm leaving it all to you, actually. Why can't you? I got married
What are you saying? I can't do any of that.
not too long ago and have a new family now. I also have a wife to protect. What about you? You don't have a family you're caring for currently, or a house. Your ex-husband is taking care of your kids, right? Then how about you start to use that time you have to care for both mom and dad and their house? Man, you going and divorcing your husband like that for mom and dad really helped me a ton. Now, I'll finally be able to say goodbye to you three without having to worry.
No, wait. Please don't say something so cruel as wanting to cut ties to us. You are the oldest son of this family, Seth. I want to make you take care of this house, mom and dad, and all of my problems for me.
Peace, Karina. And make sure to tell mom and dad this. We're not going to see you because we don't like to be around liars and scammers. With that, they're all in your hands now. Make sure you start to pay your ex that child support for your 3 kids' sake.
When both of Seth's parents heard the word about how we'd be cutting ties to them and Karina, they both started to throw fits. But since they're both having to stay in the hospital for a while, nothing they have to say about us matters at all. With that, I had a word with Seth, and I changed my job in order to find a place closer to our new home so that we weren't having to go anywhere close to their house anymore. As for what happened with Karina after we cut ties completely, she ran back to her ex, pleading for him to take her back and remarry her, even getting on her hands and knees to beg. But his response to that was, in order to show that she really wanted to be a part of the family again, she'd first have to go a few months paying child support to him, and then he'd think about it. So right now, while having to go back and forth from the hospital to see and care for her parents, Karina is working 2 part-time jobs, making money in order to pay child support. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
I just got to my parents' house. I think you should be able to make it to the funeral on time. So just don't wonder about what I'm doing and make sure to be with the rest of the family there. I made sure to bring along your funeral clothing as well.
Thank you, Bruce. Once I've made sure to finish telling everyone in the office, I'll be on my way there. Had my business trip been closer to you guys, I could be there in an instant, but this time...
You had to go somewhere completely different this time, which is pretty unlucky. And to think that my little brother would get into a wreck.
Is Holly going to be alright? She still has that very young child to deal with, but now she's going to have to take care of them all on her own. I'm sure she's a wreck herself right now, right?
And about that, I feel really bad about her having to be all by herself.
Of course, because she was just made a single mother in an instant. So she's even worse off than just being a poor thing right now. Honestly, she's in the worst place imaginable for someone in her shoes at that age. I think we need to make sure that we're there for her to support her and her kid.
Thank goodness you're thinking the same thing as me then.
Well, of course that's what I'd be thinking. She may be my brother-in-law's wife, but she's also happens to be like a sister to me, and one that I love very much.
Due to the situation that we're all in now, I want to do everything I can to support her like her husband would have.
Hold on a second. Are you thinking of really taking his place by earning money for them now as well as such?
Since he's no longer there for them, I need to be the one to take his place, right?
I'm sorry, but you mean that you'll just be helping out from our house, right?
Unlike you or I, Holly has 2 kids that she's having to take care of now. I'm going to need a papa, right?
Well, the both of them are still pretty young.
For only Holly to be the one at home with them and all the time taking care of them, that would be like hell, right?
I'm aware of that.
So I was thinking that in place of my brother, I'd step in to take care of those 3 like he would.
And when you say that, you mean just a supportive brother-in-law, right?
That's right. I have to be there to support them financially.
That makes more sense. Your brother was living with your parents along with his family before he passed, and was the one paying all the bills, right? Now that he's gone, he's kind of left your mom without anyone as well now.
And, well, after having just passed away in that accident, there's going to be things like the cost of the wreck, the car insurance costs, his health insurance costs, the cost of the funeral, and so much more, right?
That's true.
I just heard that his wife will be getting $200,000 from his life insurance. And as for that other driver, a lawyer will be with her to help her out a bit. But considering that he was 100% at fault for that wreck, there's going to be a ton of money coming from him very soon.
Did Holly tell you all about that?
No, this is what I heard from my mom.
So she hasn't talked with you at all about all of those things yet, right?
No, she is not. And?
She is most likely going to be struggling from the shock of what's happened for a while now, so please do everything you can to manage the financial matters.
I'm doing my best. Since she's not able to think about anything besides her dead husband and kids right now, I'm going to be managing it all for her for the time being.
Okay, but just make sure that as the older brother, you take good care of them. However, don't get in the way of their more personal matters, please. I would like for us to only be helping her out with the things she needs help with, like the financial stuff and maybe her kids. But make sure not to go overboard with anything, please.
I'm telling you that I'll do my best. Now I have to get things ready for the funeral and everything. When you know the time that you'll be arriving at the funeral home, let me know.
Will do. Holly, I'm so sorry for leaving so early, but if there's anything else you need from me, please let me know. I'm sure that things will only get more stressful for you, and with you having the kids around still, I want to make sure that you don't overwork yourself. Reina, thank you so much for saying that. I have really been freaking out about how I'm going to handle everything on my own now, and it's been a really rough week so far. Having you there at the funeral really made me feel a little bit of hope. And as for my husband, who went out there saying he would be helping you out, didn't do a damn thing. So, I'm really sorry about that. Also, him saying he wouldn't come home with me and would be staying there with you all. Bruce seems to still be very worried about myself and the kids, and that's why he's wanting to stick around. Well, if he ever starts to become a problem for you, let me know and I'll come get him. I want you to complain about anything he does that pisses you off, alright? I'm not really sure if I should be saying something like this to you, of all people right now. What's happened? If you're really worried about something, please tell me. Because of my work, him and I were never able to go back there to live really close to you at all. And that's left just you and your husband having to take care of their parents in the house. So if there's anything you need my help with, please let me know right away. No, wait. You have always taken great care of us, even if you always can't be here at the family house. Things like making those meals and everything for us to warm up and eat. And in the past, you've let us borrow plenty of money from you. And when it's come to my kids' presents, you've really gone all out. But that's all I could manage in the past. So is there something you need from me right now? Actually, I'm being talked to about getting remarried already. Getting remarried already? Is it our mother-in-law talking to you about that? Both Bruce and her, actually. Huh? Bruce too? They told me that I have 2 kids to take care of now, and that we'd need a husband and a father. And, well, they followed up by saying some random man being part of the family would be good for the kids. So they both told me that Bruce should become my new husband. What? Not about my husband supporting you guys in his brother's place? How can I say this? From the way things sounded, they want me to marry Bruce now. Huh? What the hell? So you've known about none of this then, right? No freaking way. They're both going to talk with you about something like that when your husband only passed away. I am so sorry. Wait. Are they going to talk with me about this next once I get home? Just a second ago, they came back here with marriage paperwork. No freaking way. I had no idea what to do when they did. And since my husband's gone now, if I were to marry someone like your husband, they would kick the kids and I out of this house, right? But they happen to be my late husband's kids as well, so they would take them and kick me out of the house, right? Knowing that woman, I'm sure she'd be saying scary things like that. Just for my own sake, I want to confirm this with you. How are you feeling about all of this? I am so very sorry, but I really can't be asked to be around your husband right now. I've always really hated him, and now I feel you. And now I have a better idea of the situation at hand. The reason I had been always asking you to come here and help me and never your husband was because of how much I really dislike him. But I was never sure you picked up on how I felt about him. However, it seems you really do understand what I mean by not liking him. So this means you don't want to get remarried to my husband at all then, right? You are still his wife, for crying out loud. So the fact that they were talking about that with me, I really wonder what has gotten into those people then do something like that to you. Bruce handed me the marriage papers, even though you guys aren't divorced yet, and told me to start filling my parts out. He told me that he'd be divorcing you really soon though, so it was okay for me to do. So he really does plan to leave me. I want to ask you something else now. What would you like to do next? I don't think I can live here with our mother-in-law anymore. Now that my husband is gone, I was thinking of leaving this house with my babies and living somewhere, just the three of us in peace. Understood. Allow me to take some of this into my own hands. Thank you so very much, Reina. I'm almost home now, so I'll talk to you once again I'm settled down. I have something to ask you about, Bruce.
What's that?
I heard that you were talking with Holly about getting remarried. What are you planning on doing?
You've already heard about all that. You already know what I'm planning to do since I've told you about that before, right? I'm going to be taking my brother's place.
So that's really what you were talking about then. Alright. Although I'm not going to say that I agree with what you're doing. You're literally causing issues for a woman struggling with the loss of her husband right now.
Causing issues? I told her that I want this marriage for her sake. She happens to be in love with me. So being able to remarry a man like me must make her very happy.
You think that Holly is in love with you right now? Are you drunk?
You really are such a dull idiot, aren't you? Have you not been able to tell what's been going on based off of the way she reacts to me? When I was back at my parents' house again with her, she would always look over at me, and she'd leave distance between us on purpose because she was embarrassed by seeing me again. It feels like she's gone back in time and is having her first crush on me like a kid.
I want to congratulate you for taking things so far off the rails like that. The real reason why she made it so much distance between you and her is because she doesn't like you.
I just told you you're being really dull about all of this right now.
I'm telling you that she doesn't want you around, and that you forcing her to talk about marrying you is really troubling her.
Those kids are going to need a father, and she's going to need a reason to be allowed to live in my parents' house. She's also going to need someone to take care of the money for her. Look at that. I'm needed by her, right?
What are you going about now?
I think she'd be better off having someone like me as her husband than someone she barely even knows. I happen to be her late husband's older brother, so we share the same blood and everything. And considering I'm the older brother in this family, if she gets married to me, she'll be allowed to continue living in this house. And if all of that wasn't enough to seal the deal, she's going to need someone who can take care of all that money she'll be getting from things like the life insurance and from that man that killed my brother.
I don't want to even think about this being the case, but are you only wanting to get married to her for the money that your brother is leaving behind?
Let me just say, this is something that my mom is also wanting me to do.
You didn't answer my question.
She's always been upset about the fact that her older son hasn't had any kids yet, and that's left her worried about us as a married couple.
Answer what I asked. And if you've been wanting to have kids like your mother's been wanting, then why did you never ask about it?
Well, Holly already happens to have 2 kids now, and since you aren't even pregnant yet, she's the obvious choice, right? My mom is also happy about having her older son back home, and I'm happy about having some more money at my disposal. So you and I are getting divorced, and I'm getting married to Holly next. And then after that, I can have even more kids with her, with all the money we'll be getting.
So, that really was your reason for wanting to marry her. You're just in it for the money she'll be getting, and not for what you were telling me before. The role of supporting and caring for her. So then, that means this divorce paperwork that's been left on the table for me, all filled out, is the real deal?
I've already signed my parts and everything, right? Once you've divorced me and let me free, I'll be able to get myself a lot of money. I need to marry my brother's wife now, so divorce me, please. I don't need you in my life anymore.
I'm taking it to the courthouse right now.
See ya, you old bitch. Although I think you being thrown out at your age means there's no hope for you anymore. By the way, that house is no longer ours. So get all your things together and get out of there by the end of this month. I'm moving back into my parents' house now, so you can go ahead and have all the savings we had together because I'll be getting close to 20 times that amount after marrying Holly. I'm going to be getting some really big money. Ha!
Are you sure?
But don't expect anything else out of me. At your age, you'd better appreciate that as my farewell gift to you, okay?
Don't worry. Allow me to take all of that money and get out of your sight for good, okay? I can put it all to good use for something like a honeymoon trip, you know? Like how a wedding is celebrated with the honeymoon after. I'll celebrate this divorce with the same kind of thing, overseas even. I'm not going to have a massive event or anything for it, but I will at least celebrate it like the kind of happy occasion that it is.
Celebrate the divorce?
Due to the fact that I'll finally be able to cut ties to both of you and your mother, who has relied on me so much. I'd like to use some of the money to take myself on a trip overseas or something close to that to celebrate.
Well. You seem to be more happy about this than I am.
I promise to get all of these papers in today, and I'll be out of this house in no time. Considering we had to go through a death in the family in that funeral, it may take me a bit of time, so please give me a month like you said. And before I'm gone, I'd like to take this trip. How about a 3-day trip to Florida so we can enjoy the beach?
Understood. I'll go tell my mom about this.
When I've found what resort we can all celebrate at, I'll give you another text. Thanks for everything, and goodbye forever.
Do you have any idea where Holly and the kids went? My mom and I just got home from the trip and we can't seem to find them or their things anywhere.
Holly and her kids went back to her parents' house.
What? They went back to her parents' place?
While you guys stayed in Florida for longer than the rest of us, we came back here and I started to help them move out of your parents' home.
Hold on a second. Why would you do something like that? What about the marriage papers? What about her and I getting married?
That was never going to happen to begin with, you butthead. All of that was just inside your mom's and your head the whole time.
Don't tell me that the trip you planned for all of us to go on to celebrate this divorce was all meant to get us out of the house so that they could leave?
Thank God you guys chose to stay that long. I was worried about you wanting to either come home with us or not go on that trip at all. But instead, you all stayed longer, while the 4 of us were able to get back here and grab all of Holly's things. Now I can finally forget about you. Like, seriously, your brother just passed away and you were already going on about marrying his wife and taking all their money? As well as divorcing me and kicking me out of the house?
But you said that the trip was to celebrate the divorce and everything, hence why we all went with you.
If you really cared about taking care of Holly and her kids after getting married, you would have been focused on that instead of coming with me to celebrate, right? But you really are only focused on the money, so you'd never think about the family of a recently deceased father and husband, right?
Are you kidding me?
Do you even know where her kids are going to preschool right now? Do you even know about their everyday routine and such? About what they both like and what they both dislike? Do you know about any of those things? If you really wanted to marry her and take care of those 3, then you would have been asking about all of those things day one.
especially as a man who has never taken care of kids before yet.
I planned on learning all those things later on.
You really think you can be acting so laid back right now when Holly and her kids need the support right now?
It's the wife's job to take care of the kids in the first place, right?
God damn, thank God I never had any kids with you then. I don't want to have a family with such a careless man as you.
What the hell do you think you're doing? Letting Holly and her kids go back to her parents' place like that. We haven't even gone and handed in our marriage papers yet. Right now she's ignoring all my texts and calls.
I told her to block you.
You told her to block me?
She never had any plans of getting married to a monster like you, Bruce. And she's working on cutting ties to all of your family right now as her husband is no longer around. That means that you and all of her family are strangers to her now.
What are you talking about?
She is working on ending all ties to you guys, now that her husband has passed away.
She's really going to leave us like that? Hey, what about that money? What about the money that she'll be getting from my brother?
Holly and both of her kids will be receiving that money.
Hold on a sec. That's not good for me, though. I've already planned our trips to Hawaii to stay at 5-star resorts while flying first class, and pre-ordered 2 new supercars thinking that I'd be getting all that money.
Jesus Christ. So you were going to take a grieving woman and her kids to Hawaii with you after all that's happened to her?
Not at all! I planned on bringing my girlfriend. Her and I have been planning this trip to Hawaii out for half a year now. I was expecting this money to come to me eventually, and that's why we planned out a really expensive trip to there, as well as bought all kinds of really expensive things with our credit cards. I've already promised her that all of this is going to happen, so there's no going back now. I've been going out to see her for 2 years now, and 6 months ago I was finally able to land her with the promise of all these things.
Your girlfriend, who you've been seeing for 2 years now?
Hold on a second. Forget all that.
So you've been cheating on me.
What are you talking about?
You were talking about how you plan on marrying your dead brother's wife so you could get all of that money. But your real reasoning behind all of this was because you have another woman you've been cheating on me and you need to buy her love? So this has all been for your girlfriend. Alrighty then. I'm finally starting to understand all of it now. You told me for so long that we never had enough money to ever have kids or anything, and that you didn't want any. Which is strange, because I had been working a ton and had so much money saved up for us. But I get it now.
No, wait, you're wrong about that.
Since I fixed the problem Holly was having with you, it's now my turn to fix this mess. Now that you've confessed to cheating on me, I'm going to do everything I can to squeeze every last penny out of you.
Hold on, Reina. I thought that I'd be getting more money. I've already used up what money I've had. Also, you and I are divorced already, so how will you be able to get that settlement from me?
Just because we're divorced now doesn't mean I can't still get a settlement for the damages you caused.
Okay, I get it. I have an idea for how to fix all of our problems here. All we have to do is get back together.
Are you that screwed in the head or something? Because what you just said makes no sense at all.
I only left you thinking that I'd be getting married to Holly, but since that's not happening now, I'll get back together with you. So let's get married again. And you'll be able to live with me at my family's house. I'll be able to get my mom to do all the chores and cooking for us even. You'll finally be able to focus all your attention on work, right?
My workplace happens to be close to 3 hours away from your parents' home. Did you forget about why we never moved back in with your parents in the past?
We can make something happen there. Anyhow, let's just get back together. Then we can put a lot more thought into everything.
After all the crap you pulled here, you think that we can just get back together like nothing ever happened? How about you marry that woman you've been cheating on me with?
That's still impossible, actually. Her and I aren't really that close to one another yet. Unless I can prove to her that I can get her everything she wants, she probably won't marry me.
So you're wanting to get back together with me so that you can continue to buy her more things. Alright, that's a fat no from me.
Don't say things like that. I don't have any more money.
You said this is all about Holly, and that you've said this about me. Besides money, what else do you see women as?
Once I've had a talk with my lawyer about you, I'll send you the official documents stating how much you owe. If you have any problems with the amount I'll be asking for, please, by all means, go and complain to my lawyer about it. We are divorced now, and I don't have it in me to deal with a filthy trash like you.
Please, Raina, please help me out here. Please get back together with me. Raina? If you don't help me, then my girlfriend's going to abandon me.
After that, I was able to get a massive settlement from Bruce, and things ended just the way I wanted them to. In his fear of losing the girlfriend he worked so hard to get without having the money to, Bruce still kept his promise to her and take her to Hawaii, and went into some insane debt doing such. Even now, he is still continuing to make his debt worse, and worse, also that he can stay with her. And recently, he's been getting into arguments with his own mother about whether they should sell the house or not so that he can pay off some of that debt.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.